Authorities say today that they are still searching for author Brian Chambers, who disappeared with 2 friends during a road trip to West Virginia last month.
I'm Jesse Pollock, co-director of the Point Pleasant Tapes.
Dan Jones of 1289 Films here, and co-director of the Point Pleasant Tapes.
My name is Michael Whelan. I'm a producer for the Point Pleasant Tapes.
It's Mike, the executive producer from 1289 Films, coming to you from my lovely...
Shut up. No one's talking to you.
I'm
just kidding, Mike. Go on.
I'm here to talk to you today about our work in progress, our baby, the Point Pleasant Tapes.
So the Point Pleasant Tapes is a found footage horror film that takes place in West Virginia during the 1980s.
Now, this is a Mothman-based found footage horror film.
We are getting back to the roots of the found footage genre.
We're filming on location. We're filming in Point Pleasant, where all of this shit went down.
We're not filming in LA or Prague or Pittsburgh and saying it's West Virginia. No, we are going to the exact locations.
Where the Scarberries got chased off, we're doing our scenes there. Where it was first seen at the cemetery, so we're doing it. We're trying to do it right for you guys.
We have people descending upon West Virginia, Point Pleasant, to film this from all over the country.
Which is like, not a lot of Mothman movies can say they did that.
We are using all vintage equipment, from analog VHS camcorders to Super 8 film cameras from the 70s and 80s. We're shooting on actual film stock, actual videotape.
We're using real 1980s, we're talking the real deal stuff, cars.
Like, we've got a great vehicle. Bronson is his name, this big, beautiful orange 1970s Chevy.
Clothes.
Trying to really keep the wardrobe period accurate. And of course, like, not make it too Netflix 80s where, there's Dayglow and pink everywhere. A lot of people forget how brown the 80s really were.
All of our props are from the 1980s. We're not futzing around here.
There is an element of authenticity that we think is paramount here.
We're really going ham on this. We're really going all the way.
We're going all practical effects on this. No CGI, no green screen trickery. We are going all in-camera effects.
We also got a great team that's really committed to putting this together and finally finishing this off.
We're working with the best crew, the best actors that anyone could ask for.
These are people who can act anyone I know off the stage.
I'm really excited to be working with these guys. A couple of them I've known for a while. I've worked with Bobby for a few years here in Austin. Ian, I've actually known him he's probably one of my oldest friends. It's probably the second oldest friend I have. But they're super into it. They're both theater trained. And then Eric, this is the first time I've met him, but I'm excited to make a friend out of him too. Unfortunately, we have to kill him. Oh well.
We have a super talented group of people, not only in front of the camera, coming from places like Alaska and North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Texas. We also have a really talented group of people behind camera. The same people who brought you the Acid King documentary that is a underground sensation right now.
Personally, I have covered the Mothman Point Pleasant story before on my podcast, and that was kind of where I became obsessed with it for the first time. And for me, it was like, there's just a lot to that story in a human element. Like, even beyond the Mothman and all that stuff. The point of the story for me was always that all these people saw something. And, that just kind of stuck with me. Like, what makes so many people see the same thing, even if it sounds ridiculous, which the Mothman does. And then, my buddies Jesse and Dan, who are the directors of the Point Pleasant Tapes, they came to me with this idea to kind of take that idea and mix it with a found footage horror flick. And for me, that was just really exciting.
25 years ago, Jesse and me met and we bonded over a shared love of movies and music, from things like The Evil Dead and the Blair Witch Project and Monty Python and all of that. And we thought to ourselves, man, you know, how cool would it be to be able to put something out like this that would give people the same type of joy that we received from watching our favorite films.
With so many found footage movies out there, especially ones that kind of, for lack of a better term, rip off the Blair Witch Project, it really became almost a mission statement for us. Like, is it possible to rip off the Blair Witch Project and make a good movie? Much like the filmmakers behind Friday the 13th asked if they could make a rip-off of Halloween and have it be a good movie.
Everyone in my social circle, they love found footage horror movies. Like, you know, Paranormal Activity was the biggest movie of all time, so was the Blair Witch Project. And, you know, we really think that the Point Pleasant tapes can be the same thing.
I'm really excited for it because in a lot of ways, it's a bit of a love letter to Appalachia. I grew up around this area, so it's pretty cool to me that I'm making a movie around some hometown lore, if you will.
I really think we have something to offer here with this film. I think it's a great throwback to the era of found footage movies that really made us fall in love with the genre. Everything from the original Blair Witch Project to the McPherson tape to Alien Autopsy, all of that great stuff.
And I think this is something that we're going to really be able to, put out into the world, not just for our loyal fans and patrons to enjoy, people who have supported us in other things before, but for the rest of the world to really see and to appreciate.
This film is a real passion project for us. We've been in pre-production on it for years. There were delays due to the pandemic, but now we are really getting things off to a great start. We've had one filming trip already where we have secured some really amazing footage.
And that's why we're starting the second leg of crowdfunding. We just need to get there. I fully believe in this team and their ability to get it going and really get this in the can.
As for what we are doing to make this movie happen,
we have a window of opportunity to resume filming in West Virginia this fall. And in order for us to go back and make the movie that you all deserve to see, where no corners are cut and no punches are pulled, we could use a little bit more help. We need facilities for the crew, for the cast. We need some more film stock. We need to pay for some locations. We would like to pay the talent what they are worth on this film.
That's why we're here. We're trying to make the best Mothman movie possible.
We have a lot of really cool rewards that we're going to be offering. Everything from posters to Blu-ray copies of the film to props to swag packs with some really sweet Mothman merchandise. And even walk-on roles. We'll name a character after you. There are many really awesome rewards that you'll see on the Indiegogo page in the tier system.
We got some cool things planned this time around.
We're mixing the genres. We're bringing in elements of analog horror, and it's a cryptid story. I mean, who doesn't love a good cryptid?
And I think everybody is going to really enjoy what we've got put together so far and what we have to come.
So from the bottom of my heart, and I think I speak for everybody involved in the production here, we can't thank you enough for supporting us if you've already chipped in, and we can't thank you enough for your time just by clicking on this and seeing if this project is worth investing in. We really think it is. We want to make the best Mothman movie possible for you all.
So thank you very much for your time. Stay weird. And thank you very much for your support.
it's a really exciting experience, and I cannot wait to share it with all of you. Thank you.
We're really excited to make this film for you guys, and we can't wait to show you. But thank you so much for all of your support, and we're really looking forward to showing it to you guys. So thank you so much.
We hope to cross the finish line with all of you. Stay tuned.
Well, they just thought that they were gonna go on a road trip and have some fun.
Guess what I brought? Oh my god. Is that a Super 8? He and I used to have one of those back when we were kids. We would shoot goofy monster movies on them. You should have seen them, man. They made Friday the 13th look like Citizen Kane.
They just had no idea what they were getting into.
was something on that film. What was that something, and why was it covered up?
After the Silver Bridge collapse in Point Pleasant, the Mothman sightings did not stop.
Dozens of people have died due to a 1-degree separation from the creature.
They're trying to cover it up. It's out there if you want to look for the truth.
Every so often, people catch a glimpse of them. But the thing is, they don't leave. They're always out there.